What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Nebuchadnezzar, but he is actually Joe. He's actually Joe. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin. The red color playing as Odin. His name is the Rapple. His name is the Rapple. The map is Ghost Lake. This is another Voobly Ladder game here, as Joe is back and asserting his dominance on everyone. But Rapple has been playing really well. We've been seeing Rapple getting games off of everyone. Off of Icaro, off of Chemo from time to time. And I'm sure he's going to be attempting to make the best of this situation, getting to play a player at the caliber of Joe here. And here's the thing about Joe. He knows Egyptian like none other, and I would not be surprised to see some Anubis action here. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Joe loves his Anubites against Odin, and we'll have to see if Rapple has finally worked out a way for Odin to deal with them. Now, there's a couple of matchups where I always scratch my head and go, man, Odin just does not win this at all. And one of them is Isis' classical fight with Anubis if there's enough hunt, and the other one is the Zeus Centaur Hoplite strategy. And yet, we see Odin winning a lot of games. So maybe I'm wrong there. I must be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I will be wrong again. We've got this harmonious necklace over here. Beautiful relic to be grabbed at some point, and the other relic is either grabbed by a pharaoh somewhere. There it is, the Trojan Gate Hinge. Oh, Joe's got to be happy with this relic. I tell you what, Joe loves a good wall, especially on Ghost Lake, for some reason. So this game may not be Anubis here. Especially if he sees a town center he likes. Say this town center here sort of secures this gold mine. But not really. There's not a lot of hunt here. It's not great goat. It's not the best map for a classical fight for Joe. So we might not be seeing Anubis. Rapple, on the other hand, he's got good goats. Grabbing some more, but does run them straight into the obelisk. Sometimes you don't notice this. The elves are going to be scouting around trying to grab these back. If Joe's smart, he will bring his priest over to make sure that these goats make it back, and he's going to be running it over to the obelisk. It's going to take a long time for the obelisk to go down. The priest might come over and help out, but no, not going to happen. Just going to let Rapple get those goats back here. And one of the big advantages of these low hunt maps playing as Odin is great hunt. Great hunt is huge on these low hunt maps. So he's got good caribou over here, but he's been able to great hunt in his base, so he's always going to get a decent upgrade time. Whereas Joe, if we check out his line of sight here, does he know? He doesn't know. He's only spotted one pack of caribou, so he doesn't realize there's a pack of caribou over here. And Rapple will have his 2 packs already spotted. So that's fantastic. Though Joe will spot one pack of caribou here. He still won't spot that second one. And I don't even think that the priest makes his way home yet, because Joe's seen kind of everything he wants to see. So he's just going to be unaware that there is something for him to fight for in the classical age. Something for him to fight for in the classical age. So we'll see. Got double monuments coming up for Joe. So this does kind of lean me towards the Anubis play, though potentially there is Bast with Scorpion Man. It's a fast heroic, 1 town center fast heroic for Joe off of the double monuments, early monuments for a bunch of Scorpion Man. Very, very strong against a greedy Odin player who decides to go 2 town centers or something. You can easily push through before the frost. You just Ancestors Eclipse straight away onto their economy, and then make a big push before the 10-minute mark. And because you Ancestors Eclipse, that means their heroic age is delayed by a minute, which means that the attack hits a bit stronger without any of those pesky frost giants. But we'll see what Joe's going to do here. He's going through Bast. He does have the double monuments. Let's see what Rapple has spotted. He's got the ravens out, so he doesn't see the base. He doesn't see the double monuments. He does have these walls up already, and this is a preemptive action from Rapple because he's terrified right now. The amount of times Rapple has lost to Joe's Anubites, I tell you what, he would tell you too. He does not enjoy an Anubite at all, especially not one controlled as well as Joe's. So we'll see what happens here. The Longhouse coming up. We've got the Valkyrie going to deny the Longhouse. And Rapple's just going to get that up anyways. We do see the Raven spotting at the Monument to the Soldiers. The Priest moving home. And this does look very, very, very much like a fast heroic here. One villager on wood over here in order to get his pickaxe and his husbandry and everything else. These villagers, nope, they're going for a second town center. This is bold because Rapple should be able to deny this, but his Raven is not sitting over it. Bast does pop. Where's the Raven going? He's pulling it back before coming in. He's checking out all of the black spaces over here. We do have the Valkyrie spotting over here. We'll see those villagers on this wood line here and going to be denying that. The armory going to be going up as well for Joe. And the thing is, you can still get this heroic edge up at about 8:30 with low hunt as well. You have to jump onto these goats, get out husbandry. Second, you don't need to get out pickaxe. We do see the town center coming up for Rapple as well. He's feeling comfortable with that, considering Joe's got his own second town center now. The thing is, with Rapple, he's got so many really beautiful anti-Ra strats with Odin that involve walking woods, or Njord, I should say, with the Mountain Giant. But against Isis, it just doesn't really work as well, especially because you got Funeral Rites, and you got Ancestors Eclipse. Those, if you cast Walking Woods, you'll probably get Ancestors Eclipse, and the minions will probably take those trees down very easily. And we'll see. Villagers still pumping out over here for Rapple. This town center takes a hot second to go up. We've got the Sphinx moving in here as the Valkyrie comes over to say, go away. And I believe the Valkyrie wins this fight in a straight up, but maybe Joe will just continuously hit the special and then be able to out damage the Valkyrie. Is that how it works? I'm not sure. Not sure. We've got the armory coming up for Rapple. And he's in a decent position, spamming out those dwarves, spamming out those gatherers. Right here, I wouldn't put any villagers onto gold. I just put only gatherers. Eat these caribou instead of onto this gold mine. Just as a random thought. But maybe Rapple knows better than me. Just because he's going to over gold, and if he doesn't get to the heroic age, it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Like he's gonna have so much more gold. Especially every single dwarf that comes onto this gold mine is too many right now.
Yo.
And it's not like an ox cart over here is a waste, because then it can just jump onto the wood line. And then the transition into farms would be really easy as well. And Joe attempting to get to the next age, though he's just a little bit short on food. Should be able to dump that in now, cut this villager, and he should be able to advance. Maybe, if he wants to. Doesn't want to. There we go. Yep, these got a choice, obviously. Still like a 9:15 from Joe. It's late, but Joe does get up with pickaxe and husbandry. So that's kind of the trade-off there. I do prefer, if you're not getting pressured and you have good hunt or good food, especially with all these goats, I prefer to get to the heroic age as fast as I possibly can. Because it means that I can then just chuck everything onto gold and then buy some food. Or if these villagers are a little bit confused about where they want to put the gold that they're holding on top of their heads. I get confused as well sometimes, you know. But still, the wall's not all finished up here for Rapple. You might want to just finish this up. Do we see a heroic age for Rapple just yet? Yes, Scardy is coming through, and it is a decent heroic age. 9 minutes in. The Frost Giant out. We see the immediate hill fort down. That's going to be for the Hoskull. And that's going to force Joe to have to do something a little bit different here. So Joe's not going to be wanting to be making pure chariots here like he would normally want to. And Rapple is going straight in. It's a little bit of metagaming here, predicting that this is kind of what Joe's strategy is going to be. Going to be instantly making Hoskull, though he is making throwing axemen for some reason, which definitely Not something you want to be making. And you definitely need to throw down like double or triple hill forts against ISIS. That way, if the siege tower push comes through, you can easily defend it. Even if you lose one of the hill forts, it's fine. So we'll see if Rapple's going to throw down a couple more hill forts here. He is making Jarl? What? You look at all the resources you have. He is throwing up walls over here, though. Going to be denying this town center for a hot second here. The Jarl's to deal with the Scorpion Man, but you make Frost Giants to deal with the Scorpion Man. The Jarls, building Jarls is like building Hippocon. They are similarly statted to like a medium Hippocon. And then once you get medium upgrades, they're kind of like a heavy Hippocon, but they cost a lot more resources, right? A little bit more resources. They are very similarly statted to a Hippocon. They're 50 HP more, and a lot less damage. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Close. Who knows? But Hillfort is up. Still not spending his wood. Build Huskal. Huskal. The Scorpion Men are out. Look at this. 4 Scorpion Men. These Jarl, they're not going to do a thing to this many Scorpion Men. They're not going to do a thing. Especially because cavalry will get built for Joe. Villagers popping out here. Rapple moving forward. The frosting up a cavalry here and picking that one off does unfortunately waste his special here, so he can't even freeze one of the Scorpion Mans in this position, though even if he did turn around and do so, it probably wouldn't die. Does he have funeral rites? Definitely something he should be grabbing very, very soon here. Doesn't have the favor, obviously, because he was making all of those Scorpion Men. But funeral rites really does cut these Frost Giants down a lot here. And there's the classic Ancestors Eclipse in Rapple's base. They're going to be taking down some villagers, preventing the spammage from coming in. Does snipe one villager here. The rest of the villagers might want to jump into the town center and avoid their deaths. As we are seeing a Frost Giant coming over onto this location. We'll see where he's going to be able to go. The Jarl coming in onto the back of here. No Huskal to jump onto those Chariot Archers. Nice micro from Joe to move his Chariot Archers through the Scorpion Man. The Scorpion Man doing so much damage here. The Frost Giant trying to stay alive does hit the Sphinx here. And these Herso should be able to snipe this one down. The Herso doing some good damage over here onto these Scorpion Men. But with the help of Eclipse, this is doing a lot of damage here. Though it is looking like Rapple is managing to defend. But meanwhile, the damage in Rapple's base, he's not paying attention. The minions have completely destroyed Rapple's economy in this situation here. And Rapple has lost this fight pretty hardcore here. Now we've got the Huskal coming out as most of those myth units have been cleaned up. But Rapple has to be hurting here. Let's check the post game quickly and see how many civilian units were lost there from 52 down to 45. So 7 villagers picked off in that time there, but a lot of idle time as well during the Ancestors. We see a temple coming up for Rapple. He wants to get those Frost Giants coming out yet again. Meanwhile, Joe grabs this town center for himself, and we've got a longhouse up, and Rapple attempting to snipe this town center for himself, steal it for himself just outside of Joe's base. We've got the Chariot Archers looking for a raid over here. We'll see if he can make that happen as more hill forts trying to produce those Huskal, but those villagers falling was really, really bad. And we see a lot of those villagers need to move off of the gold and over onto the wood here. Meanwhile, we've got Joe grabbing gold all over the map. The siege tower, is popping up over here. These walls are not up just yet, and we are seeing the Chariot Archers have found this location. Frost coming in. This is going to help Rapple a lot. This is going to even the playing field, but no, Rapple doesn't go for the army. He's going for the town center. A forest fire onto this location may help, may do some damage here. This town center probably going to go down, but Joe spamming out the mercenary. They do train very, very slowly here. On the VB balance patch 5.0, it's 3 seconds for it to train. So looks like the town center will go down. But then he does have to contend with the Joe army over here. Town center not able to come up for Rapple on this location, but he does manage to take down his own town center. So this is actually kind of a nice play from Joe in a way. Like forcing Rapple to have to waste his frost on taking down a talent center instead of all of these units here. Though he is coming in, taking this fight. I think he always does that. I've seen this too many times. Don't get your Frost Giant to attack until a couple of seconds after Frost. Otherwise, the unit won't freeze. Otherwise, the unit won't freeze. Town Center is coming up now for Rapple. He's kind of equalized, but meanwhile, we're seeing another raid onto Rapple's economy. The wall that we were talking about never came up, and now Joe is taking advantage of that mistake there. Yes, there is another entrance into Rapple's base here as well, but not getting that wall up. Very, very bad. We're seeing the units. This is a good fight here for Rapple. The mercenary are flooding in onto this location here, but they're not that great in this situation here. And Joe will have to retreat as now Rapple takes the score lead here. And he's going to be in a decent position. Meanwhile, Joe going to grab this town center for himself. The siege tower coming over to clean up Rapple's market over here. Those chariot archers have seemingly been pulled off or sniped as some Huskar come in there. There they were, and they have all fallen. Rapple defending nicely. Does need to get this town center up. Has his town center up. His 3 town centers. Though we see Osiris coming through for Joe. Rapple, on the other hand, getting his fortified town centers is going to have his work cut out for him in this game. Potentially, we might see Ragnarok here from Rapple in order to take this one. There's gold mines only on this side of the map if Rapple can secure this side of the map earlier. So the game plan for Rapple should be hold this town center for as long as you can. Throw hill forts up over here. Make sure you hold this off. Walls, etc., etc. And then when you hit Ragnarok, just motor through this location so that you can prevent the trade, prevent the gold income, and take the game. We do see the mummy moving in, going to snipe that frost giant nicely there, and then run away. Gets out of there super quickly. Nice play from Joe with that snipe. Meanwhile, the catapult doing a lot of damage with the Jarl in the back. The Huskar trying to get the hill fort up. They build rather slow compared to, what is this, 3 villages and a Son of Osiris versus 10 units? That ain't right. Oh no, the hill fort does go up first. Okay, guys, the hill fort does go up first. It's fine. It's fine. It's not broken. It's not broken. But Rapple, he should be able to click up around about now. He just needs to buy his way there and sack this location at this point because Joe's Mythic Age too strong with the Son of Osiris. He can't really fight this. The mummy over here going to do a lot of damage as well to those units. And Rapple does pull back. Town center does go down, and the medium axemen are going to be brutally strong here with the assistance of the chariots, though. Now Rapple deciding to turn around as he can. He needs to make sure the only thing you have to do when you micro these fights is make sure that the Huskar do not stay in with the Jarls. So the Jarls target the axemen, the Huskar target the chariot archers. That's it. Meanwhile, we see the dwarves sniping down a siege tower here, but meanwhile, Rapple is going Balder 30% of the way there right now. He's grabbing gold in the middle of the map. These dwarves moving over onto this location. We'll see if Rapple can get there or not. The town center is going to be on the way up. I don't see any attempt at securing this bottom location over here, though some Huskar are running through the middle of Joe's base here. Not sure what their plan is. We do see double walls coming up for Joe. In classic Joe style. Learning from Chemo. Rapple down to 120 population here. Must be short on some houses. Thank you so much for the Prime Christian Greco. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And we see these villagers retreating away, but he will lose a couple of them as Rag is on the way. Meanwhile, these ox caravans not being so useful, only pierce armor of the copper variety available. We see some Huskar coming in, gonna do some big damage to these chariot archers. But Joe will retreat away completely fine here. This hill fort not going to be finished off. Rapple trying to get some units out, going to build another fire giant. The problem for Rapple here is right now is champion axemen. No real upgrades for them, but champion axemen. Towers going up on this location. But the Son of Osiris is going to be tough to kill. Going to be a very tough cookie to crack. We see the chariot archers do spot this. Do we see a Ragnarok right now? Not just yet. Going to just decide to retreat. Rapple says, not ready. Keep building those villages. 140 of 140 pop. Does make a market over here. These Huskar will be able to snipe down those chariot archers and be fine though. Joe picks off all those units. He's still not pushing in. He's got this catapult back here that have cleaned up the markets in the corner, but maybe just start knocking on the door and then just retreat once a rag gets clicked. Is an idea. More portable ramps out for Rapple. Does he have the upgrade? No upgrade. He's getting engineers though. That's good. No dwarven auger though. This might be enough to help with the engineers. This helps a lot. When you see that upgrade come through, we'll see the raw stats it gives, but it's generally speaking, it always feels like a lot. Yeah, up to 20, that's 20 crush damage that it gives. 20 crush damage. That's absolutely huge. That's what, a 50% increase in damage, right? Now Rapple going to spot some units he can pick off here. The market does go down. There is the Ragnarok for Rapple. How is his armory upgrades looking? He's got bronze upgrades. Has he got any more coming through? No. The Rag is moving forward. It's a 316 pop. Rag against 192 population. Isis here. The mummy does snipe a unit, though I think it missed the fire giant. No, I think it killed the fire giant. And it will kill off the other one as well, though the Ragnarok heroes could easily snipe this, and they do pick it off in time. Fire giant lives to tell the tale. The units are going to be flooding through. We've got a lot of barracks up. We've got architects. We've got signal fires. So many towers on this location. This location almost don't need to worry about, but going straight after the Son of Osiris. Joe going to be pulling that one back. The chariot archer sitting over here ready to fight. These axemen do get surrounded here. We still don't see any armor upgrades for Joe that are worth talking about, as the portable rams going straight after the town center. Joe not even bothering with mercenary on this location. Just going to be attempting to do as much damage as he possibly can. The Ragnarok heroes trying to snipe down this Son of Osiris. He's down to 281 HP, 266, 251 HP, and it will be able to keep that one alive. 236 HP. He's trying to retreat it out through this wall as Joe decides he has to sack this location here, as the Rag heroes pushing through the portable rams, sniping down as many of these buildings as he possibly can. But Joe has so many buildings up. This Son of Osiris does so much damage from afar. Have to be super careful with engaging on this unit here. We are seeing these buildings getting taken down. How many resources for Rapple? He's got a decent amount of resources, though only one or two of those are catapults. And the town center getting sniped by Joe. Absolute beautiful play from Joe. Always something you want to try when your opponent goes Ragnarok. They're always so focused on making their units go and kill their opponent that they forget they can still get attacked. And Joe does come in with 400 or 800 resource worth units to take down the town center. Therefore, absolutely free, though the Rag heroes will be able to go back, clean those up, and then possibly put that town center back up. Rapple down now to 147 of 120 population here. Joe at 169 of 169 population. The portable rams trying to take this town center down, but the axemen going to be dealing with them very, very nicely here, as the fire giants sniping units off in the back, trying to do their best, or his best effort, as there are no mummies in on this position. The portable ramps still alive for the most part, but it's looking like Rapple deciding he needs to retreat back, and instead of completing the retreat, he does decide to tap out here. GG, well played by Joe. Did way too much damage to Rapple early on. Rapple did make a good comeback, but he wasn't able to hold on to this location when Joe hit the Mythic Age. It was a beautiful Mythic timing. Rapple probably could have gotten earlier Mythic Age, I do say. I do reckon that was possible there. If we look at the all resources total here for a second, we see this was where the Mythic Age was. This was the resources he was at. There was a point around here where if he just stopped training units, he had his third town center up, stopped training units, and went up at like 120 population or something. He would have been able to hit the Mythic Age around about this location where the Mythic Age popped for Joe. Like maybe he advance like be here, like 1440 or 1640 or something, be in the Mythic Age. And if he was there instead of later, then maybe the Rag does a little bit more. But Rapple not able to take this game. Joe does take it. GG, well played. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next game.